Hi everyone, my name is Breyauna Sheldon and this is my Portfolio 3 progress presentation. So for my personal brand, I wanted to keep three main things in mind when creating my site and really creating my personal brand. So the first thing I wanted to keep in mind was minimalism. What minimalism really is just the idea of keeping something simple, super easy to comprehend, and not a lot of pictures or words to go along with what you're really trying to portray. For my second idea that I wanted to keep in mind when creating my personal brand, I wanted to use basic colors, and I definitely wanted to use a script font, especially because I'm going with a minimalist kind of idea. So I wanted to have something that kind of pops out. And then I also wanted to keep the uniqueness of myself and my personal brand. So going into that, I decided to change my personal brand from Breyauna J. Sheldon, Breyauna Jean to Yana. I chose Yana because growing up, my mom always used to call me Yana, so it really, fit in with the uniqueness of my personality and me in general. So with keeping Yana, I was able to, look up and do research on different people that have Yana, and not a lot of people have that name, especially in the social media world. And for my portfolio site, I wanted to keep social media manager, marketer, and photographer. So going into Portfolio 3, we had to create SMART goals. So my very first SMART goal was to create a video, and in that video, I wanted to really learn how to play the ukulele this month. So I was able to learn a couple songs, and I wanted to record the best one that I was good at as far as playing. So I decided to do Riptide with my friend Kylie.
What's up guys, I'm Jade. I'm Bree. And we're going to play a song for you. It's called Riptide. Let's see it. Thank you. You're like, stop it.
So that was my video, but my second goal for this month was originally to build my LinkedIn, but I decided to change that because one of my friends, Malia and Gabby, they are actually in portfolio as well, but they are farther down the line, and they really needed some help with a photo shoot. But Malia was doing video, so I'll always bring along my camera whenever I think that I can get good shots. So I did bring along my camera, and I was actually able to do a really cool photo shoot. I actually designed the whole thing. I picked out what Gabby was going to wear. I picked out what Malia was going to wear in different shots, and I scouted different locations, and I found some awesome pictures. So Caitlin Wright was also a part of that, so I just wanted to thank them for that as well. Then my third and final goal was for this month to post more to the MCBS Facebook page that I was managing. Me and Luna were actually in charge of posting. However, I was originally going to do 8 solid posts all by myself, but I figured that me and Luna needed to do more together, especially because we might be going into business after Full Sail. So we decided to split up the jobs a little bit. So I was in charge of finding things to post to Facebook, and then Luna was in charge of actually posting them to Facebook at the different times. So it just went in a lot together, so I'm very grateful that I was able to have that learning experience with Luna. So 3 goals, 3 completed goals. What's next? I'm really proud of myself for this month because originally in the other portfolios that I've had, I've always wanted to do a photo shoot, and it never really worked out. People bailed on me. The weather didn't cooperate properly, so I was able to finally do my photo shoot. So what is really next for me? I'm definitely taking more meaningful projects on. Lately, I've just been saying yes to everything, which is okay to do, and it's, really good to get your name out. However, I really wanted to start getting social media marketing and social media management on my resume and on my portfolio because that's what I'm going to be doing after Full Sail. So that's really what's next, just letting projects come in and, really deciding if they're meaningful to me and if it's something that I do want to include on my resume, or, taking consideration, maybe this is something I'm going to leave out. So that's what's next for me. So most relevant this month, I definitely think that everything was super relevant. I think the most relevant, however, was definitely getting my personal brand down. I was able to choose script font that I really liked and really create my logo, which you can see on the bottom right corner. I was able to, really establish my presence on social media and really rebrand myself. So I'm very happy that I was able to do that in the beginning of, the MCBS program, instead of making it to month 19 and changing my personal brand right as soon as I'm about to get out of Full Sail. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that, and that was what was most relevant to me. So the number one thing that I think that I learned about myself, especially this month, was how much I was actually taking on and how much of it, was for a friend that wasn't really what I wanted on my resume. So I definitely am starting to reevaluate my professional, life, and definitely taking on the more meaningful projects and things like that. So that was the number one thing that I learned about myself was, just to take a project, but only take it if it's going to benefit you and it's going to look really good on your portfolio. So advice for students would definitely be to really think about your personal brand, because that's what you're going to be known as at Full Sail. That's what you're going to be known as for the rest of your life. So definitely work hard on that personal brand. Make sure it's everything that you could have ever dreamed of. Make sure that it's something that is going to make you stand out when you go in for that interview for your dream job. Because if it doesn't stand out, then you're going to, just get flipped through. So definitely just take your personal brand and run with it. Make sure it's everything that you want. Make sure it's precise. So that's my number one piece of advice for new students. Advice for myself, I kind of just added this in because I learned a lot about myself this month. So I'm definitely starting to take from now on more meaningful projects and what's going to look better on my resume as far as social media marketing and management and photography. So that's it for me. I wanted to thank Caitlin, Malia, and Gabby for making one of my portfolio dreams come true, as well as Emily and Roxanne for being here throughout this journey and really helping establish my personal brand, because without the feedback and without the knowledge from you guys, I definitely wouldn't have had my personal brand exactly how I wanted. So thank you guys for listening to my presentation, and I can't wait to show you guys what I come up with in the future.